Hey, it's your boy Easy, and on today's episode, we're going to be talking about Mega Construx Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Collector Series, Mutagen Canister Raphael, or as I like to call him, Undercover Raphael, from Mega Bloks. Let's go ahead and get this figure free from its plastic prison, take a look and see what we think about Mutagen Canister Raphael. So here is Mutagen Canister Raphael out of the package. Well, almost. This figure is a part of Mega Bloks' Mega Construx line of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles figures based on the 1987 animated series, and this line has been one of my favorite since it started, and this figure is no exception. I'll get into more of that later, but one of the coolest things about this line is that each individual figure comes with their own display base. So that means that there's a little bit of assembly required. So let's go ahead and get that base set up and get that out of the way. Alright, so here is Mutagen Canister Raphael completely out of the package and on his display base. These display bases are pretty neat. They come with a clip-on at the bottom that enables it to connect to the other bases in the line, usually on the right side. I guess you can switch it either way, but that way you can connect them and it forms like a whole line of figures in the line. And it's I don't know why it's really cool to me, but I really like the idea of it. I'm not sure how much I'll use it, but I like the idea of it being there in case I want to. In addition to the 2 Sai and mask, Mutagen Canister Raphael comes with a tiny pre-mutation turtle, a bright green turtle com, another set of regular Ninja Turtle arms, his signature belt, red arm and elbow pads, and his red mask to transform him into regular Raphael. Now here's how he looks without either mask, just for fun, or just to be creepy, because this looks really creepy, but you can do this if you want to. Now, moving on, here he is with the red ninja mask, and in my opinion, this looks so freaking cool. Like, I don't think I've ever been completely happy with any of the trench coat versions of the Turtles we've ever got until this one. It looks so good. And like all the other Turtle figures in this line, this figure comes with a really nice metal shell that helps to give these figures some weight. I'm a huge fan of this feature, and it's something you wouldn't have ever thought about that you needed on a Turtles figure, but it really makes these figures, just takes them to another level for some reason. I get that it's kind of weird that it's on the outside of the coat, but otherwise it would look too bulky if it was underneath it. So I get why they did what they did, but if that's a problem, the shell is removable, so you can do either or. It's really up to you. This figure stands just shy of 2 inches tall with the sewer stand, and without it at just over 1.5 inches tall. So here he is next to the Raphael figure from the Krang's Android body set from Mega Bloks. You'll notice that there is a difference in skin tone, but I love this because throughout their history, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles toys have never really had consistent skin tones, and it's, especially in the early Playmates era, where it could go either or, and it seems like someone at Mega Bloks is aware of this and are using every opportunity to provide us collectors with the parts we need to construct our perfect versions of these characters, and I'm a huge fan of this. Let's see how he compares to some other figures in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles line from Mega Bloks. Here he is with the Bebop and Rocksteady that came in the 4-pack that had 3 additional foot soldiers. Here he is with a foot soldier and the shredder that came in the classic Party Wagon set. Here he is next to the individual released Michelangelo and Leonardo. Here he is next to Splinter that came in the Technodrome set, and April O'Neil that came in the classic Party Wagon set. And here he is with his white mask on next to April from the classic Party Wagon set, just for fun, just so you can see the difference in skin tones. The sculpt on this figure is fantastic. The detail is very impressive, especially for a figure of this size, and the metal shell, again, gives the figure a heft that takes it to a whole nother level, and the open mouth grin with this Raph works so well because it illustrates a side of Raphael's character that we don't see too often outside of the 1987 animated series, that kind of shows him definitely taking pleasure in fooling someone with this disguise. The paint job on mine is great. Now, taking a look back at the unmasked shot that I took earlier, you might be worried about the black dots on the eyes being a little wonky, but usually once the bandana is on, you don't notice it, and you're not going to notice it, especially when the white mask is on. So one thing, though, I did not notice at first while taking photos of these figures and then editing this video, I realized that his hands are a different color than the rest of his arms. Like, it's not green, it's gray, and I thought that there was a paint problem. Turns out, no, those are just turtle gloves that he wears while he's in his disguise, which is so freaking cool. Let's go ahead and take a look at the articulation of this figure. Raphael's arm can go up and down, and it has a 360 rotation at the shoulder. And then you go down to his elbow that can move up and down as well. And his elbow also has a 360 rotation. And the 360 rotation also goes to his wrist as well. Now, you might be worried about the trench coat impeding some of the articulation, but it's a malleable plastic, so it really doesn't get in the way, and it's also removable, so you have that. Now, you can move his foot that far back and this far forward. His knee has articulation in it, and I believe it also does have a 360-degree rotation, but his ankle definitely has a 360-degree rotation. Then his head can move this far up and this far down. And it also is on a ball joint, allowing it to move 360 degrees in rotation. And there you have it. The coolest thing about these figures, in my opinion, is that they have a modular design that allows for the switching of different parts to create different versions of each character, or your ideal version of each character. And having said earlier that you can remove the coat, I realized, like, it just hit me that what if I switch the knee pads and bandana with Leonardo, and voila, trench coat Leo? I am always surprised by how much I enjoy messing around with these Mega Bloks Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles figures. I mean, from everything to the attention to detail, to the sculpts, to the overall heftiness of the turtles, to the crazy amounts of articulation that they fit into a figure of this size. I mean, there's so much to love about these figures, and I can't get enough of them. Not to mention their modular design that allows for the mix and match customization ability, especially found in these Mutagen Canister figures. I mean, I'm probably going to have to go pick up at least 3 more Mutagen Canister Raphaels just so that I can get a set of trench coat disguised turtles. That would be so cool. And so the only thing I can think of that would have made this figure better, and it's a small minor nitpick, would have been if it had come with extra, well, not an extra, just a fedora, that would have put it over the top. But what we got here, though, is an excellent set, and it is highly recommended. What started for me as a sort of impulse buy now has become one of my most anticipated lines, and again, I can't speak highly enough about how much I love and recommend these figures. Well, that's it for today's episode, so thanks for watching. If you liked what you saw, hit that like button. And if you want to see more from me, go ahead and hit that subscribe button while you're at it. And hey, if you want to hear more from me for some reason, check out my links to my other podcast, where we have Turtle Soup, where a friend and I talk about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles every other week. And we have Daydream Nation, where a friend and I talk about records every Tuesday. So be sure to check back here tomorrow for more opening goodness right here on Easy Opens. Else time.